Recently on my main channel, I went through and 100%ed every single mainline Five Nights at Freddy's game. And with that comes beating all of their brutally difficult, soul-crushing max modes. In that video, I didn't really get to show off the full extent of how brutal these max modes really are. So today, I wanted to go through with y'all on exactly how I managed to beat every single difficult max mode in the series, except for that one. Yeah, there's still no custom night, okay, guys? I'm sorry. But there will be an update about Ultimate Custom Night video later in this video. So, guys, we're going to be going through every single custom night mode, max mode, 20, max 20 mode, and end the series. We're going to be going from easiest all the way to hardest at the end. So, be a little surprised for how I rank them all. Like I said before, there's no Ultimate Custom Night in this video. Don't watch the video and expect there to be an Ultimate Custom Night and then leave me a hateful comment, okay? That's not in this video, all right? And also, Bones5, if you're watching this, does that mean anything to anybody who watches Markieplier video? Okay, but this is going to be legit, no cuts, so you guys can see that I also did this all legit, even though nobody's accusing me of not doing legit in the comments. I don't think, at least, but I did, okay? So let's start off with FNAF 1. And just so you guys know, I cut out my mic audio from all of these, so, because I tried it before, and it actually became very hard to talk over my past Shawnee self. So, yeah, this is just going to be me commentating straight over, no cuts. Now, FNAF 1 is definitely by far and away the easiest, but from what I understand, it's not, like, supposed to be the easiest. Like, it's kind of only easy because of cam stalling Freddy. Like, I think that if Freddy was not in this right hall here, where Chica also coincidentally has to be, you'd have to check both sides of the FNAF 1 office, which would make this, like, way more difficult. You'd have to check light, camera, and then you'd have way more time to probably get stalled. But because Freddy just so happens to line up his final resting place is, like, where Chica would have to enter the hall. Like, say there was, like, a vent in the front, like Biddy Bab and Sister Location that Freddy could go through. This max mode would actually be pretty hard, because you have to freaking cam stall Freddy pretty goddamn hard. But thankfully you don't, because of that, and also, like, the fact that you don't need to check the other side. You don't really need to use a ton of power either, because you're really just checking light cam. And FNAF 1 is like one of the few games that actually has a power management system. I got a pretty lucky roll there with Chica leaving pretty early on. Oh yeah, the other thing that makes this max mode way easier than it should be is a glitch with Foxy's programming that you don't have to actually check Foxy's camera. As you notice, I'm just going, boom, Freddy, light, Freddy, light, Freddy, light, Freddy, light, because Freddy gets stalled when you look at his camera. Foxy is also supposed to be the same way, but he just gets stalled when you look at any camera at all. So usually he won't even attack you for the entire game. You won't even see him come through because of all the stalling. I think he does like one attack at 3 a.m. if I recall correctly. But for the most part, he's not going to really be doing any attacks on us. We won't really have to check them at all. The big thing you want to do here is you really want to stall out Freddy, because if you manage to miss a stall and Freddy gets into your doorway, you're screwed. The night's pretty much over, because you can't stall him any longer, because that's a blind spot and he can't appear on any cam, so you can't stall him from moving any closer to you. Bonnie is way more aggressive than Chica too, so that's going to be like your main source of pain. But overall, this one is pretty easy, honestly. The main thing is, like I said, is like just making sure that Freddy doesn't get too far into the into his cycle, because there's no way you're gonna stop him like earlier in his cycle. He's going to make it to outside of your office. So the sooner that you accept that and plan your strategy around this, the sooner it'll be. I kind of have a lucky thing in my favor. Like, a lot of the max modes that you probably watched were like, you know, Markiplier doing this or Dawko doing this, but I did this, like, you know, for some games 10 years, for FNAF 1 at least 10 years later, you know, for some later games 6-7 years later, 6-7, sorry. But, like, so all these new strategies have been found out that, like, weren't around when people originally played through the game. Like, this cam stalling strategy was not as prevalent back in the day, because from what I understand, at least, I don't know a ton about FNAF, if I'm being honest. Well, I do, but like not like the history, because people still thought you needed to check on Foxy back then, so people were still checking to Pirate Cove every once in a while. The thing with Foxy too is like the fact that he's like the least intimidating animatronic in the entire game, because like not only do you not have to check on his camera, but like he's so like you hear him running down the hall, so you can just like put the door up. But yeah, there's really not much to this mode, honestly. It's literally just check light, check cam, check light, check cam, check light, check cam, check light, check cam. But it's a good habit to get into because, well, this is going to be much later in the video, but, like, that, like, routine of, like, always going down, checking the monitor is, like, kind of something that you want to get in the habit to of when we hit FNAF 2. Because, you know, that was obviously a little bit different. Or a little bit more difficult, I should say. But this game is easy now. But like I said, like, when I was playing through it before I knew about all these exploits, it made it a lot... I found it a lot more difficult, I will say. But, yeah, so I'm just checking the cameras, and you'll see if I see Freddy, I just immediately put the camera right back down, and then sometimes you'll see me start checking a little bit more, because sometimes you'll see Chica there, right? Chica's appearance in this cam that's right outside my office, what is that, cam 4, right? Yeah, cam 4B, overrides Freddy's appearance. So when Chica appears, when Chica walks up, I should say, she overrides that, so then you only see Chica. And then if Chica disappears later after another cam flip, then I know that either Chica left or she's right outside my office, so I need to go check her door. And then if I check the door and she's not there, then I know that she went further back into the pizzeria somewhere. See, like, she just appeared there. And now she's gone, so there I go. I check that right side door, and, you know, she's fine. So she didn't actually come closer to us for whatever reason. Went back to the bathroom, I guess, as Chica always seems to do. And then we don't have to worry about her anymore. I guess Foxy didn't attack me at all this entire night, but I'm getting some pretty aggressive Bonnie rolls. That's pretty much the only, like, determinant factor in this game. Like, if you get a lot of Bonnie rolls, you can very easily run out of power. Like, look, it's 3 a.m. and I only have 36% power left. It's probably, like, closer to 4 a.m., but still, that is a decent amount of power that I've already used, and I'm just kind of not even halfway through. Oh, I'm a little bit over halfway through, and I have a third of the power left because I'm getting a lot of Bonnie attacks here. Oh my god, I can't wait. Did I just get, isn't that a super, like, did I get It's Me during that? I don't even think I clocked that when I was playing. That's crazy. I didn't even clock that. I was, like, so in the zone. I was like, alright. That was, like, a funny thing, too, about, like, watching my FNAF 1, because, like, I knew nothing about it, and people were leaving all these comments, like, oh my god, he got this, he got this, he got this, oh, Lolbit's mask is in the sister location thing, and I was like, oh, is that rare? I don't know, man. I just was, like, doing whatever. But, yeah, we're getting pretty close. We've got 2 hours left, 25% power left. I'm honestly being pretty conservative. Nailing those hits is pretty hard. One difficult part about, like, FNAF gameplay that people don't talk about a lot is, like, the fact that the games are so janky that it can make mechanics difficult. Like FNAF 1, for example, it's not true full screen, so, like, your mouse can go off the screen, but if your mouse goes off the screen, it, like, clicks out of the program for, like, several seconds, then you're, like, you know, several seconds you should be playing the game, and then it's like, oh, okay, then you have to go back in, you've probably died at this point, so, like, you have to be very careful to, like, not go outside of the corners of your monitor. I guess this only applies if you have 2 monitors set up, but, like, who has a PC and doesn't have multiple monitors, really? And for me, I have to be recording, so I have to have the other monitor set up. So that actually made it very difficult. It was much more of a thing in FNAF 2, though, like with the music box and everything. But here it was a problem, too, when you have to go over and check Chica. See, I just went over and checked Chica. She's still there. I guess she returned back for whatever reason. So I'm being a little slower here, as you can see, because then, yeah, I'm a little afraid about getting hit by Chica. But it's 5 a.m., 10% power left. We should be absolutely fine. 10%. I guess maybe we shouldn't be absolutely fine. I don't know why I closed that door. I think I missed that. Oh yeah, Chica was there. Chica really does not hang around for long. She just, like, bounces all around. From what I understand, like, there are a lot of glitches with Chica's programming, because she is, like, probably the worst animatronic in every single game that she's in. She's kind of annoying Ultimate Custom Night, I guess. But, like, pretty much everything else, like, in FNAF 3, you don't even have to look at her. So, sorry to the Chica fans out there. Let's eat, more like let's stink. Okay. 3% power left. All right, maybe I wasn't being so liberal with my power. I mean, it's about to be time up. Oh my god, this was, like, really, this is buzzer beater. Holy crap. Oh my god. What the heck? Oh, 1%? Am I really gonna win on 1%? I don't remember this at all. I did this in like August. I'm freaking out. 0%! Oh god, I'm gonna run out of energy. Yes! Yes! I have no energy left! Yes! Oh my god! I am the king, I am the GOAT. 5 nights at my freaking butt. Holy crap. Yeah, I guess I was a little excited about that one, guys. My friend, and look in the goddamn mirror. I kept my pop-offs because it seemed necessary. That felt like an important part of the experience. Dang, 0% power left. All right, next up. Probably nobody would have guessed this, but next up in the series is freaking Corn Maze. Yeah, I hated this. This is the mode in Help Wanted, Curse of Dreadbear. I would say that this was the most difficult part of FNAF Help Wanted. So I decided to include it, and it is torture. This is like one of the worst things I had to do for this video. Like, it only took me 2 hours, which is like 1/10 of the time that like the hardest max mode in this game took me. But it was just so brutal and exhausting, and like, I don't know if you guys are like me. I actually really don't like playing VR games that much because you have to like stand up and you're like get all sweaty, or maybe it's not playing but just recording, especially this one where you're like, I have to stand up, I'm like walking around. This sounds like so stupid, but anyway, the point of this max mode, if you're like a normal person and only know the normal FNAF games, is that you're supposed to find these 4 keys. Well, technically for the regular mode, you're just supposed to find 1 key, and then you go to the door, and then you go on with your way. But to get the secret Vanny Bunny mask ending, you're supposed to find these 4 keys, and then go back there's Foxy. You're supposed to go back to the middle then, and then put them all into some lock, and you get a Vanny mask, whatever. The problem is that these key locations are randomized for some godforsaken reason. I could not tell you what. Oh my god, this is really annoying. He's glitching. Anyway, all these locations are randomized. And so you just have to like aimlessly wander around the maze, hoping you find all 4 of them. And then after all 4 spawn, I guess my wrist strap wasn't working. Well, you really got a glimpse into the mask there. But as I was saying, then after you collect the 4 keys, a 5th one appears, and then the 5th one you got to take to the middle. The 5th one could appear anywhere in the maze, so that's where most of my deaths came from. I think this actually took me longer than 2 hours. I think it was more like 4 hours. Anyway, the entire time you're being stalked by what is he called? Dread Foxy or some stupid crap like that? Who knows? Pumpkin Foxy? I don't remember. It's something like that. Now, there is one slight benefit that you can learn, is that the key, like, you see those little gates, like you saw that yellow gate before? Like, the keys always spawn in the direct opposite locations of where their gate is. So because of that, you can, like, okay, I need to go across the maze to this section, but, like, it's all looks the same to me. Like, if I didn't see that yellow thing, like, up there right now, I would have no idea where the freak I was. Like, it's dark, and, like, I mean, I feel like you guys are getting the point. This sucks. Oh my god, this crow scared me. So then the big thing is that Dread Foxy's following you, and you need to hide in these little, like, cardboard cutouts so that he, doesn't get you, I guess. But he's, like, really glitchy, because, like, the way his AI works is not that he just... There he is. Is not that he just, like, is actually in the maze, and maybe he's, like, faster than you or whatever. Basically, like, because... Dread Foxy is so slow, he gets, instead of like actually having his location be tracked and then him come stalking towards you, every couple of minutes, like after he's scared you, like a few minutes later, he's just basically going to be dropped like right next to you on the map. And that's why it's going to seem like he's like always right up your butt, because he's just being teleported to you. Then you have to hide, and then he goes away for a little bit. So he's just always being dropped right in on you, which is very, very annoying. And it just kind of, like, impedes your progress. He's also, like, very glitchy. Like, the whole thing is that when you see him, you want him to scare you. Because, now, this is actually the most intense part of the video right there. Boom! Okay. I look too freaking high up, I guess. But so that was my 4th key, as you heard from that little tome. So now I have to go look around for the 5th key, which I have no idea where it is. So now it's just about, like, searching all around. Anyway, he's very glitchy, and sometimes when you're, like, when you think he would scare you, like right now I'm farming him to make sure that I can reset, because I'm going to go through a long stretch without a cardboard cutout. But, like, sometimes when you think he would come and scare you, he doesn't, because he just, like, is kind of glitchy, and he's just, like, walking around, stomping still. Which is really annoying. I mean, this whole mode is really annoying. I think they need to stop. No more Help Wanted games, guys. Come on. No more Help Wanted games. No more Pizzaplexes. We get the point. But, yeah. Also, like, this isn't scary, is the other reason that I really don't like it. I guess I'm not talking about why it's hard. Well, I mean, the hard thing is it's procedurally generated, and it's glitchy, and it's annoying. Like, so sometimes you'll get, like, a bad spawn. Like, there are certain locations where there's no cardboard cutouts for a pretty long stretch of time. And when that happens, that is really... Oh, Pog, I found it. Look, I got so scared. Because usually you have to search for a while to find that thing. So I'm just hiding out right here. Baiting him. Oh, it's over. So now I know... I just have to get the key. Now, the problem is, now that I have the key, I have to get all the way back to the center, and I have no clue where I am. See, you see me looking around, I'm like, where the hell am I? And where do I go? Because this maze is so freaking confusing. But I'm trying to get back to either the green or the blue sections, because I know how to get to the middle from there. Hit that Foxy like crazy. Because I ended up memorizing the maze. The maze is not procedurally generated, just the locations of the keys. Also, does anybody else notice that they, like, reuse, like, some of them, there's only, like, 1 or 2 Dreadbear cardboard cutouts, but it feels like there's, like, 40 Funtime Foxy ones. Does that make sense to anybody? Anyway, I have to go and get back to the middle now, which, is seemingly not going super well, because I'm so freaking scared. I think this was the only time I ever found the 5th key. Maybe I found it one other time, but... It is very difficult to find, because it's not even like, okay, in the red section of the maze, there are 3 sections where keys could spawn. They can spawn literally anywhere. Like, anywhere in the entire maze, which is just so stupid. And I guess it was supposed to be like a stupid Easter egg, and there's no achievement. I just, like, kind of artificially did this for, like, the lore of it all. So, I guess maybe it should be hard, but, like, you know, difficulty in horror, I talked about this in a little bit of my FNAF video, actually. Difficulty in horror actually isn't always a good thing, because the more you die, the more frustrating it becomes, and the less scary it becomes. Like, do you think I'm scared of Foxy right now? I'm scared of losing my run, but, like, in the same way that I'm scared of, like, when the bloat spawns in the Binding of Isaac, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not scared of him, like, he's a freaky guy, like, and then I think I'm pretty close here. Because I think that was the green calendar, so calendar gate. So I should just be able to walk through there. What am I yelling about? Oh, there we go.
Nice.
And there we found it.
Oh,
And then we get the Vanny mask that I didn't know at the time. All right, next up, spoiler. Let me go back a little bit so that the Bones 5 doesn't rinse me when he watches this. He won't watch this. My goat would never. But, next up is FNAF 3. Now, I know everyone who's only watched freaking Astral Spliff videos is gonna go, well, FNAF 3 is actually the hardest because it has the most RNG, and you're right, yeah, but in the eyes of a casual player, FNAF 3 is not that difficult, because well, it is difficult, don't get me wrong. It's difficult playing it because the game's so terrible, but once you get the hang of it, it has a lot less of a skill ceiling than something like FNAF 2 or Sister Location or FNAF 4. So right now, I saw him in freaking Cam 10, so I'm trying to lure him back to Cam 9, because my goal, there he was in Cam 8, I believe. See, I'm going really fast, even I'm struggling to find out what I'm doing. So my goal is to... Oh, I thought I heard the Springtrap alarm. So there he is in Cam 8, which you're really not supposed to actually... Okay, and it looks like he listened to my lore, because you could hear his Springtrap alarm went off. So that's how I know he listened to me. Even though the cams are down, I can tell exactly what he's doing. So I'm just sealing up Cam 15 now, because I think I heard the sound get a little louder. And then the big thing is you're just trying to prevent against... Oh! Phantom Foxy. A lot of time I just tanked those. Because I was like, I'm pretty sure he can only attack you once per night. So I was like, meh, I'll just tank it. Because the effort to try and like barely look every single time to like not have to affect him was too much for me. Anyway, my goal, I haven't talked about this at all, is to get him into either cam 2 or 5. Those are the easiest ones to control because they're not directly next to any vents. Well, cam 2 is, but that's like the only vent you have to close then. And then he can just go through a bunch of other areas that aren't connected to any other vents. Like in this case, if he's in cam 2, well, I don't want to pause, but if he's in cam 2, he can, and you close that one vent, he can only go to cams like, what is that, 3, 4, and 5, and then, oh, well, I guess I didn't do well that time. Guess that wasn't the winning attempt. Well, you know what? I must have left that one. Oh, it's so funny. Okay, well, it just goes to show you, sometimes you can do everything right, and it still goes wrong. So, in this run, hopefully this is the successful one. I managed to get Springtrap in Cam 5 pretty early, which you can hear by the Springtrap alarm in the background. I'll let it play for a second. So you can tell that he's back there right now. I should probably change my cam position, honestly, right? Yeah, it's probably fine. Because you can't see the cams, but it's not a big deal. But the big thing is... You know what? I think I should change my position. Here, I'll be up here. Okay. But the big thing is that you want to constantly be opening the cams and such so that you don't, if you're trying to check the cams, because you don't want to trigger Phantom Balloon Boy. He's pretty much the only Phantom animatronic you need to worry about. Well, that's actually not true. Phantom Foxy, which I just tank apparently all the time. And Phantom Freddy, who's walking across the screen right now, which is why the anxiety sound actually is playing. But I still, even like knowing that I know where Springtrap is, I can't really see him. So a lot of this is just like a gambit. I don't know why they made this game so freaking dark and green and ugly. But now, Phantom Freddy is gone now, so we should have confirmation that he is in Cam 5. I'm trying to listen because I believe that is the lighter Springtrap alarm. But now I'm hearing the heavier one, I think. It's been a while, and it's kind of hard to hear when it's been exported. But yep, you're just checking this over and over and over again, pretty much. Because the other thing is that even if your video's out, you can see when he moves, because the stack's going to go all... And then you're like, oh, okay, I can see that he actually moved, even though I, like, didn't see where he moved to. Now, Phantom Freddy is going across the screen, which is going to make this kind of all a little bit more confusing. See, he just moved there. I think he's in Camp 5 now, if I had to guess. But, yep, he just moved again. It doesn't really matter where he moves, because he... Hello? Yeah, he moved into 3 or 4, so I kind of just, like, didn't really know what was going on there. So I was like, you know what? If he's in Camp 6, that's kind of bad, because I can't tell because of the Phantom Freddy alarm. So I was like, I'm just going to throw a lure down in Camp 5. If he happens to have... Oh, there he is. If he happens to have gone back into Cam 6, which the alarm would still play, then he can't go to Cam 7. He will just get lured back to Cam 5. And if he was in Cam 2, then I lured him from Cam to Cam 5. It's actually not the end of the world. But yeah. So now he keeps appearing in front of me. This is like the best cycle that you really want to get into, where he's just like in between Cam 2 and your front office. Because then you always know where he is, and even if you're, if Phantom Freddy's there, like, see, even though, like, Phantom Freddy was there, I wouldn't have normally known where he is because of the, Springtrap alarm already going off. Because he was in front of my office, I'm like, oh, okay, well, he's there. Like, I can see him. So, once again, I can see him there. It is a little dangerous because you need to be very aggressive about your audio, resets. So see, I'm like going and resetting my audio here because I haven't seen him for a second, even though technically I still have like one other lure. But I just know that Cam 2 is the safest position for him to be in. Like even more so than Cam 5. I know a lot of people prefer to Cam 5. To me, Cam 2 is the best position. Because so often, Springtrap's just going to get stuck in this cycle where he goes between Cam 3 and Cam 4. And then if he's in front of you, then at least you know, Phantom Freddy or not. So... Honestly, like, No, now it wouldn't have been, but that could have been a great place to even reset my lures again. I guess I'm doing it again. That was really greedy because of the Phantom Freddy, but c'est la vie, I guess. I guess I'm just going for it. And then, yeah, you just kind of sit here over and over and over again. That's what makes this mode so easy. Now, obviously, it has a lot of variance because Springtrap doesn't always listen to your lures. I think it's like 1 in 8 for him to not listen to your lures on Aggressive Nightmare, which is really frustrating. But, yeah, for like, you know, if you lose like 1 in every 8 runs because of that, that's like not a big deal for like somebody who just wants to do it once, not somebody who's like trying to get it consistent. And there he is again, right in front. And see there, he went ahead and just didn't listen to my lure, which is just awesome. I love that he doesn't do that. And this is actually really tense because, oh, yep, he just ran across to the left office. And now this is really bad, actually, because he could just skate right into my office and it's 5 a.m. and there's nothing I can do to prevent it. So I'm just looking over to the right of the screen, hoping that he doesn't see me, because there's nothing I can do. I'm just doomed to sit here because once he's in cam 1, he doesn't go back. He only moves forward. Now, the only thing you can do is lure him. If he sticks his head into your office, you can try and lure him back to cam 1, but that doesn't work a lot of the time, so... So, see, I saw that he was moving up, and he moved again to my office, which I can see by the blazing dots things. So I'm just really hoping to get lucky here because... just one lure, listening to one lure is all it takes to lose this entire mode. But based off the fact that we're watching this, I assume I got really lucky. And then there's no Springtrap, so I'm just going to go ahead and reset my audio here. Also, there's no reason to reset the cams now because I know exactly where he is, and I'm going to know when he moves, so it doesn't really matter at all. And yes! There we go.
Yes! Oh! I saw you peeking!
Not saw you peeking. That was hilarious. All right, next up we got Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, I think this is actually going to be pretty controversial because a lot of people consider this to be the hardest max mode in the series, or maybe second hardest. So for my money, I think that the other modes in this series are actually a little harder. Maybe that is a hot take, but that is what I truly believe. But that is no disrespect to FNAF 2. This game is very difficult, or at least the 10-20 mode. And we're going to be seeing me do it for real. No cheats, no hacks, no, what did he do? He, like, he improperly spliced the mangle sounds or something like that. Now this mode, now the weird thing about this mode is that it is, like, while being one of the hardest modes in the entire series, it is technically very simple. Like, you kind of just do the same 3 things over and over again. And I'm honestly really impressed with my execution here. I'm like, look how I'm girl bossing this, like, not even gonna lie. Now, actually, something I'll always think about this mode is, like, the beginning is actually quite difficult because, like, at the beginning, you need to be, checking both vents. But now, once the office animatronics are coming through, I think this is pretty much an open secret that everybody knows, that if you wait an extra, like, 0.75 of a second, you don't have to check the left vent at all. Because the left vents, oh my god, the Toy Bonnie roll. Look how mad I am, just swapping it. Because the left vent takes like 4 seconds to clear out, and this takes like 3.25 seconds to clear out. So really all you need to worry about is like Toy Bonnie, Puppet, Masking, and Withered Foxy. Probably Withered Foxy probably killed me the most in this mode, even though everyone talks about like Toy Bonnie, who obviously really sucks and can frick up a perfectly executed run. But, and Toy Bonnie was in the vent there, so I don't even know why I bothered to check the left vent. But, sometimes you just, like, get into the habit of things, and it, like, takes you a second to process, where you're like, oh, crap, oh my god, I have to put my mask down because, Toy Bonnie's there. Like, you're just like, like, that lost me a lot of runs where I'd be like, pull up the monitor and be like, oh yeah, wasn't Toy Bonnie in the vent? And then I would die. But yeah, this one is really just, like, it is a lot of RNG, but a lot of it is more, I would say, just like execution. Boom, 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 boom. Get the mask up. Get the mask up. Like, I would say the biggest thing you need to manage is your management of the music box and Withered Foxy, because Withered Foxy only waits like 2 seconds to attack you before going for broke. But the music box is like killed me in a lot. Like, it doesn't actually kill me. I don't die to the puppet a lot. But a lot of the times you're like, oh, because you go to wind the music box, you neglect some other aspect, like Withered Foxy or whatever. You have to put your monitor up while you're suffering a Toy Bonnie attack or whatever it might be. And it's just kind of a long night is the whole thing. So you really just gotta get through a lot, and like a lot of office animatronic like attacks. And see, now that we're like more into the flow of the night, I'm being attacked by an office animatronic like literally every time I pull down the monitor. So now that I'm in the flow, I don't even have to check the left monitor, the left vent at all. Just boom, oh yep, I'm being attacked again. But that makes the music box stuff even more tricky. And you also see me, like, I flashed when I pull down the mask. I flashed before I pull it up. Like, that was really bad execution. I should have been flashing there. I kind of boned this whole thing. What am I doing? Oh my god, that was awful. What was I doing? Maybe Toy Chica was in the vent and I didn't see it, but that was terrible. What was he cooking? That was crazy. And I'm surprised you... That's the biggest thing that everybody needs to consider. I'm not very good at video games. I mean, this took me like 9 hours. I bet, like, you know, Dawko did it on run 4, 45 minutes in or some crud like that. Ooh, that music box was scarily low. Now, you saw I did my instinct. That was a very greedy music box. That was like, what, 75% of the ticks? That was crazy. So yeah, you'll see me every single time I put the mask down. I'll go 1 and then just like pull it right back up. But yeah, when the music, oh, there was Toy Bonnie. Oof, 1002, 1003, 1004. Oh my god, that was a long Toy Bonnie roll. Holy crap, that was brutal. You'll see me. I flashed the flashlight there because if the puppet's like right about to come out, that actually stalls him for like whatever it is, like another second, which, you know, obviously matters in a situation like that. I mean, that was a brutal Toy Bonnie roll. That kind of almost boned the entire run. And in a way, even though we didn't die there, it kind of does bone the entire run. Well, obviously not because we're watching this today, but the music box ticks become so valuable then, and you really have to greed like I did there. Like, I probably should have honestly died to Withered Foxy there. But luckily for me, I didn't. And now I can hear Mangle in the vent. So I should probably put my mask down. That's another, like, confusing thing. I think, like, when you're getting into the game, everyone's like, make sure you look out for Mangle's sound. Like, don't even consider Mangle's sound, because sometimes Mangle's in the vent, and sometimes he's in the music box room, so you don't even really know where he's going to be. But, yeah, that Toy Bonnie roll was atrocious. And here he comes again. Yep, put it down. Good boy. Okay, that was a pretty good Toy Bonnie roll. That was not bad. That was not bad. It was like perfectly timed for my terrible execution. Oof, that is not, because Withered Bonnie just pulled down the monitor, and that is not when you want that to happen. Look at this music box. This is really bad. Oof. Oof, I must have been stressed here, man. That music box is stressing me. Oh, 1 tick, bro. Holy crow. Freaking Golden Freddy there. Oh my god. Thank god. If there was like Toy Chica in the vent, that would have been brutal. All right, see, now we got it. Sometimes you have to be really greedy. Like, it's probably not a consistent strat, but I do think you need to greed the music box more than you think. And now we're at 5 a.m., so the nice part is I can kind of let the music box be less prioritized since I only have 1 hour left. But here's hoping that we get no more Toy Bonnie attacks, because that would kind of bone us. And then Mangle's in there, so yeah. See, that was the first time Mangle even mattered, because usually Toy Bonnie takes precedent, or we're getting attacked by so many office animatronics. But looks like we should be good here. I don't think we're gonna suffer another. Oh, never mind. Oh, that was brutal, man. Holy crap. I think that was like an average roll. It was probably only like 3 seconds or something like that. But still, when you're at 5 a.m. and the music box is almost ticked down. Oh, I hate Toy Bonnie so much, man. God, he's so frustrating here. But yeah, I managed to keep Withered Foxy down the hall. The reason you didn't see him is because if you saw him, then I'd be dead. Is the long and short of it. Oh, I'm getting really greedy on that music box. Another Toy Bonnie attack. Okay, quick Bonnie. Yeah. And there's the victory. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. Oh my god, my heart was racing so much. That is a brutal mode to get through. When you get to the end, you feel pretty dang good. So I don't blame myself for that. And the toy Bonnie roll right at the end when I knew the music box was about to pop up. Whew, that was a rough one. But yeah, I got through, just barely. Like I said, I had modern day strats, so I had that going for me. But what could possibly be next, guys? All right, next up. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I think everybody kind of could have seen this one coming because there's only 2 games left in the series. So, well, in my series, I should say. But, so next up we have...
I hate it so much. I just want this to be over.
Yeah, you can see I was kind of crashing out here.
I'm just so freaking sick of this. I'm so sick of it.
Dude, I was like in
I
it.
don't want to play this anymore. It's so stupid. Yeah.
Oh my god, please bleep that out, Zabal. I was mauling, man. This was like the closest I've ever been to like punching my computer screen. This mode really took it out of me because I'm pretty sure I was playing with a delay. Yeah, I was playing with like a 2-second delay on this. But yes, we're doing 2020. How many 20s is it? 5 or 4? Because Nightmare... Anyway, we're playing with 2020 mode, and this one is brutal, especially listening. Now, I'm gonna obviously talk over all the audio cues, so you're not gonna hear that. So we're gonna try and key into all this, but it was brutal. This one really took it out of me, as you could see by that beginning monologue. You would think I spliced that together before the winning attempt, but nope, that's just very all genuine. Now, the worst part about this is that it wasn't the end, I think. It was that I had to do all the blind modes afterwards. Oh, yeah. Wait, I forgot. So here's actually a fun little quirk about FNAF modes. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't hear anything here, and that's because here's the funny thing that I didn't include in the video. All of the audio for FNAF 4 before 2020 mode, I fixed it after 2020 mode. There was no audio. I forgot to record any of the audio. I recorded audio for like the first like 2 minutes, or no, for the first like couple nights, but a lot of the audio did not record. So I had to painstakingly, during the edit process, I recreated all of the audio that would play during FNAF 4. I made my own FNAF 4 ambience mixes just to make it seem like the actual audio. I tried to recreate it to my best ability. I had to put like footsteps in the background when I used those live clips, because basically what I was trying to do is like, I talked about in the video, I was playing with this like delay. In order to combat this delay, I tried to run my audio through a different thing that like wouldn't have that delay, but then it ended up just not recording any of my audio. So yeah, the audio in the FNAF 4 section of my video is all painstakingly recreated by yours truly in Premiere. But yeah, anyway, back to more about FNAF 4. The biggest thing here is just like all you're doing is following Foxy for at least these first 4 minutes, and following Foxy sucks because like the biggest thing is like a lot of the times Foxy will be like, okay, you'll check Bonnie and then you go back to the middle and you have to check Chica, but then Foxy's on the left, and if you go to the right to check on Chica now, well then Foxy's gonna get into the hall.
I was hoping that Foxy would get in the closet.
Oh, Foxy did get in the closet. That's exactly what just happened, actually. But yeah, so you'd really try and prevent that from happening, but thankfully this happened with... Oh, that wasn't the winning attempt, I guess. I guess I was a little too freaked out. Well, all's fair in love and war. But the biggest thing is that like Foxy is always trying to get into your closet, and if you let him in, then you're pretty much boned unless you only have like a minute left. Like clearly there boned my Chica timings, because now instead of going to check Chica, like not only did I have to check Bonnie another time beforehand, then he ended up getting in anyway, so I had to go check check on the closet rather. So then Chica ended up getting me. So really, this is like all Foxy. And Foxy is honestly good to practice on because Foxy is just like an easier version of Nightmare to a certain extent, where you're just like following those footsteps back and forth and back and forth. But the fake laugh is a whole other thing that we'll get into later. But this mode was really hard, and I think most people agree that it's either as hard, if not harder, than FNAF 2. I kind of put them at the same level. Obviously, the last mode that we're going to be talking about today is the hardest and, like, leaps and bounds harder than these two. But I put them pretty much at the same level. This one requires, like, a lot more execution. By the way, editor, can you put some, like, FNAF 4 ambience in the background of all this? I assume you already did this. But, just so it doesn't sound so quiet. But yeah, this is all me trying my absolute best. Freddy is never really an object of concern except for in Instafoxy. What was that? Instafoxy's super hard Freddy or whatever mode. Aggressive Freddy, some crap like that. Who knows? Remnant bull crap. But yeah, I'm really just trying to prevent that Foxy doesn't get into that hallway. You know, it's really a shame because I really love this game. It's definitely the best one in the franchise. Leaps and bounds better than it's probably the only maybe good game in this franchise. Besides maybe Ruin, but yeah, it's not this mode. This mode was very, very brutal. Yeah, I did not mess with this. And really, it's like the first 4 minutes are not that bad. The problem with this mode is that the last 2 minutes are really difficult, and every time to get to the last 2 minutes, you have to go through the first 4 minutes. It's kind of like like in Celeste, right? In Celeste, I like oftentimes would go. My dude was bugging. In Celeste, oftentimes I would like freak. Oh, Foxy just got into the closet. I was mad about that, I guess. But in Celeste, like a lot of times, like you would like die at the end of a room over and over and over again. But like then you don't get any time to practice that like section of the level because you keep like having to go through the beginning of the room every single time. And like, yeah, you might not die most of the times you get through the beginning, but like it takes a while to get you there, which makes every attempt take that much longer, which is the way I feel about FNAF 4, where I'm like, okay,
no.
I don't think that all of this is going to be that hard, but the fact that like you have to get through all of the regular stuff beforehand just makes it that much more difficult. But thankfully here, we only got 45 seconds until Nightmare comes. Because that's a good thing with Foxy getting into the closet. But imagine if Foxy had gone to the closet from the very beginning, because look, these Freddles should never even be at this point. Freddles should be at like 2 staged at the most. But now the transition is actually pretty difficult when you have Foxy in the closet, because it's pretty hard to tell, like, okay, you don't want to be at the closet when Nightmare starts. You can kind of stall out Bonnie and Chica, but like here I'm kind of in an awkward situation because I have like 10 seconds left. Like, oh, well, clearly I should clear out the Freddles first, but like then should I go to the closet or should I go to the door? I guess I chose the door, but I don't know. Right now I might choose the closet. Well, I guess it was a good thing I chose the door because Bonnie was right there. So like now I just decide to stall and I barely hit the crossover. Now the problem with Nightmare is everything. End of sentence.
Oh, nope, the run's over.
Oh, is it?
Unless...
That was crazy. That was actually crazy. That was so lucky. I think he fake laughed there is why I said that. And I was like, it's over. And then it just happened to be fake. And I just chose the wrong side. Anyway, the real reason that he's hard is because you can never tell when his footsteps stop. And he has like no like buffer time, I guess. Like you'll go like... And you're like, oh, what? I thought you were done. And you're like already headed to the left door. So I hit that fake laugh like crazy though. But yeah, that's the most frustrating part about him. I guess the fake laughs is the most frustrating part, where you can appear in your closet. Because if you think that a laugh is fake because it because it happened on a certain interval, and then it was real, and not if he's on the bed, maybe you have a chance. If he's in the closet, no, you're done. You're cooked. It's over. In the closet is insane because it's so far away. You have to like so outside the bounds of where you usually are. But things are looking pretty good here. He's probably used all his fake laughs, and you're just going back and forth trying to see where it is that he might possibly be. But yeah, it is a little disappointing that this section doesn't have any audio. Well, this is how the Bones is gonna cancel me, guys. I knew it was happening somehow. Alright, 20 seconds left. You really do not want him to fake laugh here. I was so tense. Okay, a couple seconds left. I've thrown a lot of runs right here at like 5:54, so you cannot get too comfortable. Yes! 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 Yes!
Oh my god! Oh.
I think the biggest thing about this video for me was that, like, it destroyed me, like, in a way that no other video has, as you can tell from my voice. Like, it is so soul-crushing. Let's take another example. Grounded, right? There's so much to do in Grounded, but it's like, you're making progress every single time. With FNAF, it's like you either do it or you don't, and the runs are really short too. It's not like let's take a Balatro where you take like 45 minutes on a run. You know, that Balatro might, you know, to get me like a gold stake black deck win, that probably took me as long as like something like a, you know, FNAF 4 all nightmare blind mode run, right? The difference is like each of those runs was like 40 minutes, so the amount of runs I did was like, you know, to get it maybe like 12 or something like that, compared to this where you like are probably dying every 2 minutes, so you're doing like, you know what I mean, like 200 attempts, and that just feels so soul crushing to do. It's something like this, like, and it's not even like Celeste where you're like, boop, okay, I'm back in the level. It's like you gotta go through the freaking title screen again and this and that, and it just is so soul crushing. Which, you know, I want to get into before we get into our final game is what is happening with my Ultimate Custom Night video, because a lot of people are asking about it. I have bad news, guys. I lied in that video unintentionally. You see, at the time that my video came out, like I said in the video, I was like, I've already completed Ultimate Custom Night and I'm gonna be making a video on it soon. Now, at the time that I wrote that into the script, I had beaten 4820 of 5020, you know? And that's pretty far in. 48 of 50 animatronics is a lot, man. So I was like, oh, okay, by the time this video uploads in like 7 days, I'll have this all done. And my hope was always to have Ultimate Custom Night. Like originally I wanted like them to be like companion pieces almost. My whole FNAF video came out, and then like my finale for the year was Ultimate Custom Night. But it turns out the last 2 animatronics I left were regular Foxy and Funtime Foxy, and they're really hard. They're very difficult, guys. So actually the most I've beaten as of right now is 4820. I know now I've lied to you guys all, so I'm sorry for that, but at the time I thought it was truthful. I was like, in 7 days, it only took me like 3-4 days to beat 4820. 2 more animatronics, that was not the case. So I was like really upset when that happened, when I was like trying to get it so hard, because I really wanted these two to be like companion pieces and go up together, and this to be like a big finale for the year. And without getting into too many details, I kind of had like the crash out to end all crash outs when like one of these times I didn't like beat 5020 or 4920, which is what I was trying with just Foxy, where I just like broke down. I was like, I want to do this so bad. I want this video to come out at the same time as my FNAF video. So yeah, I decided I needed to shelve the video for a little bit. So the video is probably going to come out like next year, because I need to take like a little break from FNAF. This has been like so much of my life, Five Nights at Freddy's, for like the past like 4 months. You guys don't even know, like every other video that I released in that time was like in service to like me having more time to work on my Five Nights at Freddy's video. I got like way too close to the source material, so I needed to take like a little step back. So Ultimate Custom Night video hopefully will come out next year, when I like have reset my engines a little bit and I like am not like literally like bawling in front of my computer like, Foxy, why are you doing this to me? Why do you hate me? So yeah, all right, that's that though. That's what's up with the Ultimate Custom Night video. And last but not least, I'm sure everybody saw this coming, but it is Sister Location. Y'all, this mode broke my soul. This was so god dang hard. You need to be like physically looking out, auditorily looking out. You need to be mechanically like refined. There is so much that goes into this custom night. I mean, it's a beautiful custom night. It's like kind of the only good part of Sister Location, but like look how much I've already done in just like 2 seconds. I've already reset Lolbit, Yendo, Bonbon. Like it took me a second to realize that this footage is not sped up. Like I'm not even comprehending how many things I'm doing that. But Laura just attacked me. I'm resetting. Lolbit's there. Bonnet's there. Like look how much is going on. Like, the fact that anybody could say that this was not the most Ballora just attacked again was just not the most difficult mode in the entire series. Like, this actually feels like I'm playing in fast forward. Like, Ballora's back on the right again. Getting that, like, Yendo bonnet loop down is so hard, too. Just going like, boop, 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 bam, boom, boom. Like, it is so freaking hard, man. Over and over again, I had to do that. Freaking Ballora right there on the right again, like. And the biggest thing too is that you don't have a lot of power to spare, right? Like, unlike something like FNAF 2, where the power doesn't really matter, you really have you're gonna get down to like 1% power by the end of the night if you play optimally. So like things like where you're like, okay, how much time can I like spend waiting before I put the door up for like when Bon Bon attacks you, right? Hey, Bon Bon, go get him. Do I put it down right there when I'm remembering, or do I wait a couple seconds? Oh, but then I waited a couple seconds so that I saved power to put the door up. Then freaking Biddy Bab's hitting me, and then I forget about Bon Bon attack, and then, oh my god, this one was like really, this was very difficult on me, guys. Like, this crushed my soul. It was hard. It was so hard. I would rather go and do Cookie Clicker again, genuinely, than have to beat this mode again. Genuinely. Like, look, that right door has been closed for way too long. Like, Ballora was there forever, and see, that was me trying to check where Funtime Freddy was, and I had no idea. Because occasionally I would do that too, because like I want to get ahead of it. Because like I'm like, I don't know where he is, and I don't know where Electrobab's gonna be once everything resets. The biggest thing too is like once. Yeah, see, look, I had no. Oh no, that was a Biddy Bab hit. I had to hit Biddy Bab and Bon Bon at the same freaking time. Like, how many times can Funtime Freddy is my favorite animatronic in all of FNAF. How many times can this dude shut up? He's like just yapping back there. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's Biddy Bab. Hit that. Like, I'm trying to balance Ballora. This was so difficult. And, like, to top it all off, this mode is so freaking hard. Did they need to put the mini arenas in front of you? You know, like, I understand the mini arenas who drain your energy. Did they need to be here? Like, you can't see half the screen. It doesn't even make it a pleasant viewer experience, because now, instead of seeing all the cool animatronics, you're just looking at these stupid ballerinas. Oh, my. You know, like, I have a lot to say. I mean, technically, this game is cool, but, like, Jesus Christ. Doing these resets, and look, there's, like, oh, you can't really see right now, but I only have, like, 70% power there. So, like, I couldn't see anything there, because it comes across better, like, when you're watching in a video, but when you're in there, it's, like, kind of hard to see all the little things. Like, look how many times Yendo has attacked me. Look how many freaking flips I've had to do. Now, thankfully, the, key commands make this easier, but, like, you really have to get really good at this game. Like, Bon Bon keeps attacking. Like, this is, like, incomprehensible, guys. Like, but thankfully, Funtime Foxy hasn't... I'm pretty meticulous about checking the cam on Funtime Foxy, because what I didn't know for a while is that when she attacks you, you lose so much power. So I was like, I just want to be checking her all the freaking time. I don't care how many times I need to reset Yendo. But I'd rather just, like, never have a Funtime Foxy attack. Because also that's, like, one more... That's... To me, that's one too many things to handle. Ballora, Bon Bon, Biddy Bab, Funtime Foxy, all at your door at the same time, or could be at your door at the same time. That's too much, like... So, that was my limit, I would say. But things are looking pretty good here. It's 4 a.m. Bon Bon was also really hard. The hardest part, honestly, of this mode might be... managing Bonnet with the freaking mini arenas. Like, you can never see her nose. It is so annoying with these mini arenas, like, freaking taking up the whole screen, and I know everyone's like, well, just get ahead of it. I'm like, I don't know the exact physics path of Bonnet, man. Like, I don't know. This mode, man, it broke me. But look, we're at 5 a.m. I kind of want to listen for a second. There goes Ballora, 15% power. Funtime Freddy's attacking me. Reset that. See, like, I put the door down pretty late there. Or pretty early there, I should say. And that was really annoying. If you notice that Electrobab and the mini arenas were desynced, which can happen sometimes if you reset them in a different order. And that's like death to the entire run almost, but I seem to sync them back up. I think I waited on the mini arena thing for a bit. I have a very aggressive Funtime Freddy here, but yeah, this part I remember I was sweating, like 5% power. Oh, and Ballora's attacking, or it seemed like she was gonna. I guess not. 4% power. Jesus Christ. Okay, you don't need to check Funtime Foxy, Sean. That's what I'm doing, I guess. There we go.
Oh my God, yes.
Holy
Thank
crap.
God.
That was bad. I thought about dropping the whole video here. That was pure torture. But yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed that. That was just a little, you know, showing how I beat every single max mode in this freaking stupid franchise. And yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed. And if you haven't watched my full 100% FNAF video yet, go ahead, watch that right here or something. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!